Gore-Eye Daoist is a sub-boss located towards the end of Chapter 2 in Black Myth Wukong. Although it's an optional boss fight, you get some pretty good loot and a spirit when you defeat this enemy. Overall, I think this enemy is easy, but it can get really awkward with all the poison that is involved in this fight. If you're having some trouble with this enemy or just want to know how to beat it without getting hit, let's check out some of its attacks, ways to counter it, a good build, and then a full hitless fight. The most important thing of note in this fight is that Gore-Eye Daoist will use a variety of attacks to inflict poison and will also put poison puddles on the ground. Make sure you have poison medicine or any items that will help your poison resistance. Stand in the puddles at your own risk, but I will say this fight is much easier when you're up close and personal with Gore-Eye Daoist. He's super susceptible to Resolute Strike and his attacks are a lot easier to read when you're in his face. If you twist to his left with both hands on the staff, a big baseball swing is incoming with a projectile added. The swing itself covers a large area, and if you're not super close, the projectile will track you. Doing anything else but dodging isn't worth it. If he ducks and twists to the right, a big backhand is coming to a staff thrust. This thrust will also activate poison spray. It's very easy to dodge, and if you do, he's severely open to attack, but you can also Resolute Strike that second hit. If you're away from Gore-Eye Daoist and he push presses his staff, a series of poison projectiles are coming your way. You can staff spin these. If you are close and he push presses his staff, a double spray attack is coming. It has a decent area of effect and will put poison puddles on the ground. You can either back away, double dodge, or with good timing, because the frames are so active, Resolute Strike. Alright, if the staff is behind him like he's about to hammer a nail, an AoE attack is on the way. Poison will spurt out of the staff in different directions while a ground wave makes its way across the arena. Dashing towards him, avoiding the wave, is really good practice. You can also stand at a distance and jump over the wave. A jumping heavy attack is really effective here as well. You can also check the timing of his right foot stomping the ground so you can line up a nice Resolute Strike. Keep in mind, fully loaded smash attacks and some spirits will just knock him out of it. A duck and twist to the left means a 2-hit swinging attack is coming. It is often accompanied by the spray attack we covered earlier. Dodge both of the initial 2 attacks, there isn't room in between to Resolute Strike. But you can Resolute Strike that spray. Arguably one of the most annoying things about this fight is the chant. There's enough poison on the ground and on the destined one, you'll see the Gore-Eye Daoist start to chant and dance. At this point, poison will be spurting out of the staff. You can definitely staff spin the projectiles, but if Gore-Eye Daoist finishes his chant, he is going to go into a AoE ground wave slam, and then drama happens. The puddles will explode, and if you're poisoned, you're going to take a ton of damage. This, in my opinion, is his strongest attack. Even if you dodge the ground wave and you're away from puddles, if you are poisoned, you are going to take a significant amount of damage. My best advice here is to use attacks that prevent him from finishing the chant. You can use spirits, immobilize, or my favorite, cloud step. I believe a level 4 heavy smash attack will get the job done as well. Keep in mind, he'll do like a mini version of this without the chant. If you dodge the ring and you avoid the puddles, even if you are poisoned, you won't take that extra damage. Once Gore-Eye Daoist is low on life, he'll do a couple of different things he didn't do before. The first is a multiple staff slam to that AoE ground wave. My best advice is to get out of dodge. Cloud step is very helpful with that. The second one is a charge up AoE attack where he gathers up all the poison that's on the floor and explodes. This also will regenerate his life. This is uninterruptible, so my advice is just to get out of the way. You can either wait for the attack to finish, charge up a heavy smash attack, or if you're feeling really spicy, you can actually Resolute Strike this, but he's still gonna heal. The last thing of note that's important to this fight is as you make your way from the shrine to approach this enemy, there will be 3 smaller enemies there, and my best advice is just to run and kill them really quick. It should only take a 1 focus point heavy smash attack. They will enter the fight as you're fighting Gore-Eye Daoist, and they just make it kind of annoying. Okay, for this build, it's pretty standard. We have the Wind Bear Staff, the Fireproof Mantle, and for Spirit, we're actually using Guang Mu. Because the Gore-Eye Daoist is so poison heavy with all of its attacks, the more resistance we can have, the better. For armor, we're going to go with Gale Guard set. It's going to reward us for perfect dodging. And for Curios, I have Wind Chime on for speed and the Cat's Eye Beads for critical hit damage. For our relics, we only have one, Craving Eyes, and we're going with Opportune Watcher because of the focus gain from light attack hits. For self-advance, we're looking around 32 sparks. When we look at Foundation, nothing really of note here, except that Wrathful Escalation is completely filled out for critical hits. Staff stance is pretty much the same. The staff itself is maxed out for the most part, and then I have the Smash Stance skill tree for Resolute Counterflow built up pretty well. Mysticism and Alteration don't have a lot, but I will say this. For this fight, I do have Cloud Step equipped because I feel like it's a lot better than Rock Solid. Lastly, I threw a point into Moon Realm on transformations just because there will be some opportunities to perfect dodge and why not do more damage. One thing I would like to mention that I don't always talk about is what my soak is. I did equip the Gall Gem because it increases poison resistance, and again, this fight will be more advantageous to you if you can stay up in his face. And so the more poison resistance you have, the less you can care about having to run away and you can just stay on the attack. That's it for the build. Let's get to the fight.